Yep. We can't have music anymore because YouTube doesn't like it. So I'm gonna serenade you guys. We're gonna lose all of our followers in one stream. Ba 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 baran. Ba 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 baran. Ba baran. But we have a problem. Um, my audio's not working. And my chat window's not open. Where's my chat window? Oh, they didn't give me a chat. It's over 9,000. 10 million dead in Alaska. I can hear you. Yeah, but it's my desktop audio that's not working because I can't even hear it in my headphones. That's we should have some kind of audio here. Hold on. Let me. Well, that's working. We don't want copyrights though. Yeah, so Bridgie, that audio, that music I was using yesterday, totally copyrighted. There we go. Now we have audio. All right. Is this the one where we have Jeb? Yep. That's a little too loud. How's your day going today, Bridgie? Luke? Yeah, it was. I forgot that when we had the music going yesterday, I turned the master volume all the way down. But yeah, we got copyrighted. Hold on, let me show you guys. Let me show you. It doesn't show me on this. That's weird. I'm loving the fact that I can show you guys this kind of stuff now. This is so much better. And I can show you guys the actual analytics, and you instead of just reading them off. Ba 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 ba. Well, that's on my phone. It says that the video got copyrighted. So how do I find out if it's copyrighted here? Visibility restriction. Oh wait, that's. Well, that's odd. Why would it tell me on my phone that it's copyrighted then? Oh, right here, copyrighted. So all those Fisk beats we were listening to. Henry Williams, thanks for joining us. I'm just going over the. We've been trying to get the stream dialed in, and yesterday we tried having music on the stream. Yes, Fisk Beats copyrighted me, dude. Look. Completely copyrighted. Copyright details, every song we listen to. Every single one, copyrighted. But now it says it doesn't restrict my stream at the moment. But it's copyrighted. It's not a copyright strike, it's a copyright claim. So, yeah. Fun times, right? Alright, so what are we doing today? We need to go to the Mun, right? Yeah, that's what I said too, because Fisk always talks about in his videos that anybody can use Fisk beats. Anybody can use them. You can use them for your lives, anything. Alright. Actually, before we get into this, I don't think we have... what was our science? Oh yeah, we don't have enough science. So we do have to go to the Mun. I don't know. I don't know how to do that. He's like a god among YouTubers. Fisk and Fooster and all those guys. That's like the equivalent of me trying to have a conversation with Keanu Reeves. I mean, we should have enough Delta V for a Mun trip. But we are going to make one adjustment, I think. No, maybe not. How do I want to play this? How do we want to play this? Because I wouldn't mind sending Bill along so he can reset the experiments. That cuts that Delta V down quite a bit. So what if we take this, do that. Oh, and you know what else we can do? I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Hold on. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. So, if you guys are brand new to KSP, look at this. How do you save? Save image. New folder. So now I can move this back over here, put this back up front. Now how do I look at that? Man, it's been so long since I've been on PC, I don't remember how to do basic things. There we go. now we can see better. So look at this. If you guys are brand new, you could try talking to him, send him a message. He's playing right now on his channel. Yeah, I'm not going to bug him while he's working. I'll send him a message and see what he says about it, because I would love to use Fisk beats. Alright. So, if you guys are brand new to KSP, if anybody watching this in the future might be looking at this, this is called a DV map. It's a Delta V map. It is a complete guide to the minimum amount of Delta V that you need to go anywhere. And we need to go get the Outer Planet mods. We need to do that. We need to make it happen next stream for sure. Because honestly, guys, I was gonna play Vane, which is a new zombie survival game that's being in early access right now. It's a really good game, but I cannot get it to run on my PC. I don't know. But so, the way you read this is you start off on Kerbin right here. In order to get from Kerbin to LKO, you're gonna need 3,400 meters per second of Delta V. So, let's do this. So you need 3,400 meters per second of Delta V. And then you go and you find where you're gonna go. So we're gonna go to the Mun, right? We're gonna go to the Mun. So now we go from here to here. And we're gonna need 860 meters per second. Whoops. Plus 860. So next, in order to achieve orbit around the Mun, we're gonna have to add another 310. And to land on the Mun, we need 580. So we're not gonna land on the Mun for this mission. So we're gonna need a minimum of 4,570, and I like to round up. So add another 300 or 400 meters per second, or however much you need to feel comfortable. But now, keep in mind, this is just to get here. So once we want to come back, we're gonna have to add 310 again. So plus 310 plus 860. So we're gonna, in order to do a round trip, and we don't need to do this number because gravity will pull us down. So, and we really don't 100% need to achieve an orbit either. We just need to hit the atmosphere, right? Whoops. So we need about 5,740 meters per second of total Delta V for a liftoff from Kerbin, lunar insertion, and a return trip. So let's see if we can get that. So we're a little short. What do we have for engines? What do we have for, and we don't have a whole lot of wiggle room here. Now, one thing we can try is let's try what engines do we have down here? I think the Reliant is the most powerful engine we have at the moment. Hold on a second. I need to do a thing. Hey, Fisk is live. What are they playing? Neat. Can I... There we go. That's fine. At least I can see the chat now. Alright, alright, alright. So 5740. I don't think we're gonna quite get 5740. We're about 1,100 meters per second short of that. I don't have the equipment for asparagus staging either. Hold on. Let's try a thing. No, I don't think that would work. Control Z. We need to squeeze out some more delta V or find a way to get some more science. What we can try to do is do a flyby of the mun. So check this out. So we could probably shave off that last 1,000 meters per second by just setting a course that slingshots us really close to the mun, so that way we capture science and then we fall back to Kerbin. So instead of spending 620 meters per second total, because remember, you need 310 to get there and 310 to get back. So we might be able to save some delta V by just setting a really smart course. And wait, why is our DV map so far wrong? Oh, it's because, no. Now, one thing I do want to see, whoops, is what happens if we put this up here. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be. Alright. So those are the numbers for a single trip, so need to double them for the return trip. No. That was the return. That was for a round trip. So let's start. Make sure I'm not wrong. From Kerbin to orbit is 3,400. So 3,400 meters per second. From orbit to a flyby is 860. Whoops. Plus 860. From a flyby to an orbital insertion. Wait, what is that? So yeah, that's just 4,260. But we can manage that right now and should be okay. But once you add the orbital burn plus 310, you get 4,500. And then from orbit to trip back to Kerbin is another 310. And then 860. So about 5,740 for there and back. That should get us there and back simultaneously. Let's go find out, shall we? Alright, now we have our shiny new McJeb in Engage flight controls. I did not think about it should have plenty of batteries. We'll keep an eye on it. We're going to take the cinematic approach. Remember, guys, if you're dropping in for the very first time, you find anything that you find worthy, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. It goes to help all of the solar bears to make sure that we... And during this playthrough, I'm going to try to make a conscious effort to do as little polluting of the solar space as possible. We're going to try to make Matt Lown very proud. I think it shows how far we've come in 400 hours. Like, I understand completely that we played 400 hours on console, but so far, the PC is easier. I just got to get the hang of the controls, the WASD controls. But with McJeb, do I really? See, I think McJeb should have just been part of the original KSP. Because, I mean, realistically, most launches are handled by a computer anyway. I don't really understand. Oh, I don't really understand why they wouldn't put something like McJeb into the base system. All right. So McJeb is done. I don't know how to use this. I want to learn how to use this too, because especially once we get into the RCS, this smart-ass system handles RCS maneuvering way better than the stock system does. That's 855 meters per second. So let's see if we can dial it in a little bit better. Okay. Now, the reason I'm setting a collision course is because we're going to have to stage this. Oh, that's not going to work. Frickety frack. What does our return path look like? That's not great. F5, by the way, just to make Luke proud. Alright, so what we're going to do first is we're going to go retrograde. We're going to sacrifice this liquid fuel right here just to make sure that this stage doesn't stay in orbit. And that's bugging me. Okay. That's better. I like my nav ball being over here. Okay, and then we're gonna stage. So now that should burn back up in the atmosphere. There we go. Alright, so now we have 1,742 meters per second left. So now let's go plot our maneuver. So we go out, and we're going to come around the backside of the mun on that one. There we go. Now, how close can we get this? I kind of like it. Alright. So, what if I do this? Is that how you lock it onto the maneuver node? I'm assuming... Yes. Alright. Awesome. We're learning McJeb. And F5. You know, Luke, another thing I could do to try to get a hold of Fisk is see about joining his Discord. I don't know if it's charged or not. But if it's free to join his Discord, I might drop in the Discord and post and see what other people say. I'm just waiting for that 15-minute or 15-second mark. I missed it. I looked away for 1 second. Some creators charge to access Discord. I don't know. I've seen a few people do it. It should be free. I don't imagine Fisk would charge, but... Well, shit. Alright. Damn it. We should have plenty of DV for this, though. Not enough for a capture, but... Oh my goodness. Can you just... Alright, so what I'm gonna do... Turn down the limiter quite a bit. That's better. I like that. We'll leave that. And then we'll orient retrograde. Well, we might as well turn that thrust limiter back up. And then we're going to hit F5. This button. Actually, you know what we can do? Oh, wait. You know what we need to do? Hold on. Before I get too overzealous. F5. Oh, that is so cool. Look at all that. Hold on, hold on. Let me... You can actually see all the experiments. That is awesome. What's that? A tomato plant? Is that a squid? A sandwich? That is awesome. I like that. The goo feels right at home here. Crew report. And then let's EVA Bob. Activate a hatch. Oh, so do I have to do this? How do you let go? Space? Okay. Now... I don't know how to switch between things. Hold on. Discord should be free. What is the hotkey on Kerbal Space Program to switch between nearby objects? Left bracket. This one? Alright, so let go. How do you go down? C? Uh-oh. ZX. Alright, hold on. What are the EVA controls in Kerbal Space Program?
To move Kerbals outside a ship, use WASD for movement, Shift or Control for up and down, and R to toggle the jetpack. In orbit, spacebar aligns the Kerbal with the camera, while Q and E provide rotation.
Okay. report. Okay. How do I grab F and B? Hey! Our very first AWOL Kerbal, yeah. Your basic question, sir. I love your tunes. Just started my PC channel. May I use them on my channel in the background? Is there anything you want me to do so it doesn't get flagged? Got it. Yeah, something like that I think would be appropriate. Okay, now bracket. RCS. Control. Just and B. Hey! Our very first successful spacewalk. F5. Alright. Now let's time warp a little bit. It's one small step for Kerbal, one giant leap for Kerbal kind. Okay. Report. Why is it spinning? It should be retrograde. Why are we spinning? Electrical charge is good. Alright. We're gonna do a super close flyby of the moon. Well, not super close. 22,000... 22 kilometers is not... Or 27? 20... Yeah, it's 22 kilometers. I don't know why I was second guessing myself. And now it says space near, so this should all be new data. Alright, that should net us a fair bit of science here. Alright, now we have to get home. Oh wait, what am I doing? Derp. I did it again. That should work. And then, I mean, it's just retrograde, so it should be fine. But for the sake of brevity, how do I switch my view from an object to refocus on my ship in Kerbal Space Program?
To refocus on your ship, press either the backspace key or the tilde key, which is located next to the number 1. This will instantly bring the camera
There we
back
go.
to your ship.
Now, another question I have about McJeb is, could I set McJeb up to do these burns automatically? Is that an option? Something I need to look into. Alright, so now while we're out here in deep space, we need to EVA, let go. What button was it? This one? And then go here, transfer crew. Oh wait, no, I gotta transfer him first. And then maybe do this. I don't want him getting too far. And then this button again. EVA, let go, RCS on. Collect data. And we'll restore it. Why not? B. Transfer crew. Transfer here. Then this button. What is happening with this camera? I keep trying to hit G for grab, damn it. Come on. Nice and slow. There we go. And B. Woo! No, so, fun story. Turns out Grand Theft Auto is not cross-play compatible. I thought it was. So the first plan I had for the day was I was going to play Vane. But Vane won't start. I've done all the steps that the forum said to do. I found a forum on Google, and they were like, all you got to do is change this setting, and if that doesn't work, then just uninstall and reinstall the game. I did that. That didn't work, and yeah, it loads the game to the menu screen, but once you start trying to play the game, it crashes. So then my son was like, hey, Dad, I want to play GTA with you today. And I was like, all right, cool. I have GTA on the PC. And he's like, GTA is not crossplay compatible. And I was like, what? Yeah, it is. I swear it is. And he's like, nope. So I looked it up, and sure as shit, GTA is not crossplay compatible. And I always thought it was. So both games that I had planned for today decided to be a no-go. How do I change my camera orientation in Kerbal Space Program? What just exploded? Oh. But I am gonna force myself to play Grand Theft Auto Online for at least 20 hours. Look at the beautiful colors. That is the waterfall mod. So, yep, I might do some GTA on stream. Look at that. You can even see the smoke trail from the other one just burning up. I might do some GTA on stream at some point just so I can get some, feel like I'm getting my money's worth out of it, because I do need to play it for like 20 hours in order to make it worth it. Man, that's so cool. How'd you sleep, Taz? Did the boy let you get any sleep last night? Oh, I can't sit like that. I'm too old. My knees don't like it, but I miss it. Oh. There we go. Since we can't have any music without copyrights. And it's really cool that those clouds exist. Vehicle recovery. Whoops. And look at that, 380 some odd science. All right, let's start unlocking things. Alright, now let's get a little bit more careful. The torch, that's a new one. The spark is old. We need that. Now we have asparagus staging. Our lives are now officially so much easier. What do we have here? Antennas. Photo panels, we need those. Yes, we're taking this one. Then we have 70 left. It's 45. It's 90. I really want that heat shield. I've never, ever used a launch escape system. I kind of want this one next for the updated heat shields. Wouldn't mind that radial decoupler. Definitely wouldn't mind some engine plates. What's in this one? I kind of want to test out that torch. Mainsail, the cheetah, and the skiff, all, and the Kodiak, all in that one. All right, let's see where we're at. Okay, and I would just also like to double check that we didn't leave any debris. When did we leave debris in orbit? We did leave debris in orbit. I want to see. Hey, we get to watch that one get destroyed. All right. All right. Next mission. Shall we go to Minmus real quick? Because it wouldn't really be a whole lot of problems to turn this into an asparagus stage. Actually, let's just do that real quick right now. What? That's better. Alright. Now, to achieve asparagus staging, boys and girls, you put fuel here to here. Fuel from here to here. Fuel from here to here. And here to here. And thus, you have achieved asparagus staging. So now, where's that at? Right there. This down here. Alright, where's the... So... auto storage attachment, remove from symmetry. Decoupler, and remove from symmetry. Alright, so now what we'll do is take these two and put them up here. So what's our current launch TDR? Or TWR, TDR. What am I thinking? Now, the next question I need answered. Did I get any new command pod? No. might be worth using a different command pod, because this will give me 2, which means I could do a Minmus landing. So why not? Okay. So where's the... Is this the hatch then? Or, yeah, I would imagine, right? I would imagine that that's the hatch. So... we have that battery already. That gives us some solar power, so we don't got to worry about batteries. But we could get rid of this crew cabin altogether. So, let's get rid of the crew cabin. Those there. Just for the sake of roleplay, we need an antenna. That way the Kerbals have space YouTube. Relay satellite. Where's the front door? I think the front door's here. I want to say it's here. But we have to unlock more through the tech. We have to do some more tech tree unlocks before we get the relay stuff. The stuff that we need for the relay. So I think if we take a trip to Minmus, I think a trip to Minmus will get us the science we need to start the next one. That's stupid. Alright, so what's our DV numbers? We got a 1.57. I almost think that it might be worth doing something like this. Oh man, that's rather large. That's rather large. I don't want the poodle. Whoops. And then what is this? This is the swivel. It gives us 215. That's only 60. It's 25. Yeah, I think we'll just stick with this for now, because we're just going to Minmus. We'll do a Minmus lane. We'll start landing on the next rocket build. That looks a lot better. All right. Oh, parachute. Good. Brilliant. This is why you're paid the big bucks. Whoops, dang it. I keep clicking off the screen. I really wish I knew exactly where the door was. Because I would really suck if this was the door. That's gotta be the door, right? There's the ladder for it. You know what? Hold on. I know how to figure this out. Wait, what? So how does it not have... Huh. Huh. There's no Kerbals. What the hell? Alright, so yeah, that is the door then. Okay. We just had to make sure, because I would hate to do all this and then not be able to EVA. Okay. So, we have science, Kerbals, communication, solar, fins. Do we have any lights yet? Alright, Luke, we have lights now. Okay. We have lightage. Alright. We're going to engage McJeb. Boom, 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 boom. We have Kerbals. We have everything needed. Let's go. Let's... We didn't check staging. I didn't check the staging. Alright. Why is my staging so messed up? Alright. So... This... And this. All down here. So now... Oh my goodness, this control scheme. So... That goes... Where's these at? So... These have to go down here. These go here. This goes here with this one. This one goes here with that one. What is going on here? That's weird. Alright, so what we're gonna do to fix this. I guess that has a built-in decoupler. Alright. It has a heat shield. We still have the heat shield on the bottom. Oh, wait a minute. It should be... Yes, we do have a heat shield. Okay. Engage autopilot. Off to Minmus we go! wish it wouldn't do that. Hold on. What if I'm sorry to interrupt the flight, guys. What if I... Can I put it in... I want that. Oh well. I was just checking to see if I could put it in full screen window mode or something that it doesn't shut it off every time I click off the screen. Because once in a while I have to go reset chat. Because for some reason my OBS Studios did not activate my chat window when I went live. But I do see that we have 5 likes on the stream. Thank you guys so much. If you're lurking in the background, you can always leave a comment and say, hey. Hey girl, hey. You don't have to though. It's not required. Now, another question is why am I not getting any of the messages that normally pop up? I love it. What do you think, Luke? We got lights now. Now, how do I get McJeb? Maneuver planner, maybe? Create and execute. This is more than I can, more than I'm bargaining for. I have to learn how to use all that. I do not know. This is a modded part, so I don't know much about it. I don't know, Luke. I don't know anything about that part. It's a brand new part for me. I guess we're gonna find out and learn together, because I don't know anything about some of these new parts that come with the mods. Okay. Now that should fall back to Kerbin, I think. Should. And we should be good to set a course for Minmus. Where's Minmus? Whoops. God blame it. There we go. That's a little bit safer and more respectable. Yeah. Yeah, no, we're still a little bit of ways from doing relays and stuff. We gotta unlock all the parts. But that's okay. My poor back. I slept wrong last night, or I moved wrong. Are we in the sunlight right now? No. F5. All right. Whoops. Let's go here. I slept on the sofa. Dude, my couch is so comfortable. But me and my wife got a new bed. And it is helping a lot. I just got to get used to it. But my couch is so comfortable. Whenever the wife's not home, I sleep on the sofa. I love it. What the hell? But it is nice not having to get up off the floor every morning. I am definitely enjoying that part. Okay. Okay, let's dial this in. So what you do is you go to your maneuver. And that's about good. I've had many years of training on sleeping on the sofa, but I do like a bed there time and time. Yeah. Honestly, dude, I have the best sleep in dirt. Give me a poncho, let me dig a hole and put the poncho in the hole. Oh man, there's nothing better because you can make it shape. So many people think that sleeping in the ground is the worst thing ever. Dude, I loved it. Especially when it was like soft ground that you could like sand or clay. Because you could shape it to be whatever shape you needed. Like, if your back was hurting a little bit and you needed a little bit more lumbar support, shape it. Put it in the shape of your back. I sleep so good in the dirt. Sand. Sand is a good one. Because you can, again, if you can shape it, you can make it whatever shape you need. If something's poking out in your back a little bit, fix it. Yeah. That's a big fact. action. Alright. Now, how much DV do we have left? Let's go consult our good old DV map. Alright, so for Minmus, we're already on our way. So for a capture, we need about 160. So where's our calculator? So 160 plus 160 plus 340 is 660. And we have more than enough, so we might end up doing some orbiting of Minmus. I don't think we should... what was that number? 660. And we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish. Yeah, we should be good. So let's go ahead and just... Whoops, too many clicks. I think 6,000 is good. That should be okay. Every year my cadets ask the same question. We're in the woods, miles from anywhere. Where's the plug sock? Ah, dude. I'd be like, I would love to get my kids into something where it's like, if we could get our lives in the position to do so, I would make it. I would take them on trips where it's like, dude, there's no electronics here. It doesn't exist in this world. They always kind of lose their minds whenever I tell them. I'm like, I'm older than Google, dude. Google, because I told my kid, like, back when I was your age, we had to learn how to use a library in order to find any information. There was no such thing as a search engine. What? Alright, that's fine. I think we're in power save mode. I think maybe we need some better batteries, even though we have... Yeah, we have quite a bit of battery. Maybe the solar panels... Maybe we should have done a better job at putting the solar panels in like along one side or the other instead of in a circle, because half the solar panels, more than half of them, aren't really being used right now. So that's a maybe. All right, let's do this. All right, RCS. Nope. Let go. RCS. Control. Shift. W. Shift. Collect data and restore. Collect data and restore. Take data. Take data. Take data. Import. We're getting the hang of it. Yeah, we did, but we could do a better job of it. No, that's still space near Minmus. What altitude is high? Hmm. I'm not sure what space high is considered. But what we can do is get that on our way out. So we need to set a maneuver roundabout here. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that works. So now we tap in a little bit of time warp. F5. A little bit more time warp now. Alright, now let's see if we can gather that science high over Minmus. Nope. Oops. So a little bit more time warp. There we go. I should just put this on an action group. I don't know why I don't do that earlier in the game. Spacebar. What the heck? Come on, Jebediah. Stop messing with me, dude. Jebediah thought he was being funny by moving the door away from us. Probably like that. F5. Oh wait, what was the button? Oh shit. Shit, what was it? There we go. Whew. Oh wait, now I wonder, can we triple dip this? Nope. Alright, we already did high over Kerbin. I mean, that's some science, right? Alright, I think we have all the science we're gonna get. Oh, come on. That's fine. Yay! Wah, 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 wah. Good shit, bro. May peace return to your castle. It already has. Good shit, dude. F5. That shit, I couldn't imagine. I would freak out. Dude, I'm too old to be dealing with that shit. I would snap on somebody very quickly. Like, I don't give a fuck who you think you are. This is my house. Alright. Track the antenna. Lights are off. Yeah, don't forget to change the locks. Oh, wow, look at that. All right, bring it over. Bring it on. I'm here. I don't know how long we've been live. It's 11:45, so I got about a half hour left. We didn't need those fins anyway. What? That's not what I was trying to do, but sure. Whoops. I think I had my staging wrong. It's funny because the heat shield is kind of protecting us. Not really, but kind of. I can't stop. No, that's cool, dude. Because once the stream's over, I have time set aside to play with my boy, and bring your headset. Well, no, no, you should be fine. I can wear the wife's. I don't know how to use it, but I have it. A new stunt landing. Yeah, yeah, no. Yeah, I did it on purpose. That's what happened. It was completely on purpose. Jebediah and Bod Kerbin return as heroes to their people. Unfortunately, they're landing in the middle of freaking nowhere. Oh, I wanted to watch the explosion. You know what mod we need to look for? Alright, yeah, just let me know, man. Because once the stream's over, I'm going to make some food real quick, and then the boy wants to play the forest, so I'm going to play the forest with him. If you want, jump on the forest. We could do some, we needed to get some, how does it work on the forest? If me and you jump in our save file, and we bring him in, do we have to go back and get every single thing again? Or does he load up with the stuff that we have? I think we've asked this before. Yep, parachute survived. And we have 500 science. Let's go spend some 500 science. Solar panels would be nice. Oh, a light strip. You're tempting me now. EVA experiments. Ooh, that would be nice. I'm not gonna lie, that would be really nice. RCS thruster blocks. We do need those. I'm gonna get that. I almost want to get, you know what? We do need bigger engines. I think we'll get the bigger fuel tanks next. What's in here? Oh, we do need the Mark III command module. Ooh. That one would be nice, but we do need the docking ports to have landers. Where was that docking port at? Yeah, we might. We do need that in order to have landers. EVA repair kit. Oh my goodness. And we do need the landing struts. So I think the landing is going to be the next one. We get a better heat shield and the bigger parachute. I think that one's going to be the next one we go after. Alright, what time is it? Can you put a heat shield before the engine? You can, but yeah, you can put a heat shield wherever you want. So, like, for example, are you asking, hold on, let me, so, for example, you're asking if we, whoops. Well, actually, no, that was right. Because what you can do is you have your engine here, and you put a decoupler, and then you just stack a heat shield like that. Is that what you're wondering? Because then all you would have to do to make this work is do that. Because then you would have this engine jettison, and then heat shield, and then once the heat shield was done, you just pop the heat shield off, and then you have your engine available. But yeah, it's definitely doable. Oh, why does it not tell me how long I've been live? Maybe it will on OBS. Hold on a second, guys. 2 hours. Okay. Oops. Did we get the docking ports? We did. What do we have for landing? We do have some micro landing struts. Hold on. I'll be right back, guys. I have to go to the bathroom so I can think clearly, and then we'll get together a plan. Maybe we'll go land on Minmus real quick. Alright, sorry about that. My eyes were floating. eyeballs were starting to float. Exactly, since you like to keep going in backwards. I love going in backwards. The thing is, Luke, is you don't need them that much because the engine bells make just as good of a heat shield as the heat shield itself. Now, I really don't like this pod. Yeah, we do. We did. Didn't we get some good solar panels? We did. So let's take care of this problem right now. What's the difference here? Alright, so those look exactly like the ones we're used to. They're exactly the same. 0.025. Oh. Got it. So these ones are not retractable. And these ones are, I'm guessing? 200. And that offers more charge, so... Okay. We should have our... See what I said about the inventory? I was just playing. I got a... Inventory? What are we talking about? Oh, yeah. Alright, he will have no inventory. Yeah, my bad, Taz. I missed it the first time. Yeah, I'm not gonna play on our save file unless you're on and either recording or live. So, if you're busy and stuff, then what'll happen is I'll just end up, starting a new one with them and playing with them. Just got to give them a fair warning that I have no idea where things are. Well, I mean, I have a little bit of an idea. I wouldn't mind an inline reaction wheel or a stabilizer. We can get rid of that. We might have to redesign the entire bottom part. We do have the mainsail now, which, hold on. If we do that, so do coupling like this, then fuel tank. that give us for lunch? Ooh, that's not good. That's not good at all. So now to fix that, we'll go decoupler. Put a decoupler somewhere in right about here. And we'll go back to the big Mamma Jammas. No, that's not the big Mamma Jamma. That's the big Mamma Jamma. Dude, I wish you could see through the parts that you're trying to put on. Because, like, trying to figure out if they're centered is a little bit of a pain in the ass. Mainsail. And then, nope. This one. How do you rotate stuff? Okay. What the hell? Okay, I ain't gonna sit here and try to make that work. I think you're fine. Your fins are in the way. Well, I think, or I don't think it's the fins. I think what it is because they're not on the X and Y axis, because they're X'd instead of crossed. I think that's why it's not going to line up properly. Why are we not snapping? Alright. You're just bound and determined to be difficult, Kerbal, are you? Just bound and determined to be difficult. There. Suck on them apples. Alright, so what? Alright. A launch TWR of 1.64. I guess we do need some fins down here. I'll do that while I'm thinking about it. We do need set up for being asparagus staged. Ah, blast it. Blast you, vile woman. So... we have a ton more Delta V, so... I'm just trying to think of how to incorporate a lander into this. I'm really not good at making landers. I build things way too big to make landers. Tail fin and RCS. I don't even know what we have for RCS. Well, we have some small monoprop tanks. So, that's a fuel tank. I guess we do have a small monoprop tank. Because my two options are, we could try to design a lander that fits together with the parts that we have. That's an option. Or we try to make a lander out of this, which is also an option. But I am very rapidly approaching my time to go. Wait, what was that? Oh, that's Discord. Oh, that's because I'm live. I thought this red dot down here was a notification, like the Discord notification. But it is not. We can shut that off. We can take that down. We can shut that off. I don't know, maybe I'll think about it, because I do got to get going for now. I might go live again later. But I got to run and do an errand, and then my son wanted to play games today, so I was going to stream that. But apparently, Grand Theft Auto isn't crossplay compatible. So... and I do need to work on the stream. I need to work on the stream too, because somebody was saying something about upping my resolution. Yo, yo, yo! Do you have a ladder? The new jetpacks. It's the same EVA packs that we had on the console. The only difference is that we can remove them in this one. On the console version, they're just always attached. Thanks for dropping in. Here, you know what? Attack a gammon. I think I got it. We are just getting ready to shut down for now. I might go live again tonight. I don't know. I got to do some work on the stream. I got to do some tweaking on stuff. Jittery Jet was talking about... yeah, I can't do it while I'm live, so... we're still dialing everything in, just like some of my games aren't working right, and I don't know why. So, hold on. While you guys are here, I can show you. Originally, we were going to play Vane today. but I had to uninstall it because it wouldn't load. It would load up to the start screen, and then it wouldn't let you play the game at all. So I went through and made sure that my drivers were updated. So like if I go in here, where's so my drivers are up to date. Do I have to optimize? Is that what it is? Maybe that's the problem. This is cool though. This is really cool. But yeah, I have yes, YouTube was 760 and you can do 1080 or something. Yeah, that was what he was saying. Yep, I know it. Hold on. Let's see if I can look at some of these settings. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Here. Yeah, see, I can make some of these changes. But I can't do it. The problem is I can't do those changes live. So I need to make a little bit of time to dial everything in. And I'm still working on trying to get an intro screen and a break screen and everything set up so you guys... Because, like, we have the equipment to be more professional now. So I'm gonna drop that for the moment. I'll go work on that. I gotta play some games with my boy because he's over at his uncle's house and has access to the PlayStation. We're probably gonna go play the Forest. I will, after the Forest, I'll work on getting all this set up, and I'll tweak these settings and see what it does. So, thank you guys so much for joining me on this adventure. I'll try to go live tonight. Oh, I think we can go live tomorrow because the wife works tomorrow and I don't have kids at home for the next week. So, if you guys want, I'll go live tomorrow. And I don't think we'll play Kerbin again because I want to mix it up. Maybe we do some old school game. Ooh, you know what I do have that's a pretty old game? I have Sword of the Stars. That's an old real-time strategy game from like 12 years ago. How hot is the motherboard? How do you find out? How do you find that out? Hold on, I can Google it. How do I see my PC's internal temperatures? Full stop. How do I see my PC's internal temperatures? There it goes. Now it's actually loading.
You can monitor your PC's internal temperatures, especially the CPU, using free software like CoreTemp, HWinfo, or NZXTCam.
Oh.
These tools offer detailed, real-time monitoring, which is helpful for spotting temperature spikes, especially while gaming. The GPU temperature can be seen in Task
see the temperature. Yeah, yeah, no. It shouldn't. This system is much more powerful than it's a lot more powerful than my laptop was. 34 degrees Celsius. Yeah. Can I change it to Fahrenheit so I understand it? Probably not. Ugh. You people in your Celsius. Well, it's running at 93 degrees. It's not running at like the 70 some odd degrees Celsius that it melted it before. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Appreciate you for stopping in. I'll definitely be live tomorrow. I think we're gonna play some retro games tomorrow, some classics. So if you guys want to see that, drop in. Say hey. Thanks so much for everybody. I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow.